Welcome back to the Budget Gamer channel where we've got your indie games covered. Today we're going to be looking at Manaspark, which is a dungeon crawler roguelike indie that's honestly probably one of the longest short games I've ever played. The world in Manaspark has been dominated and humanity has pretty much been enslaved by a more powerful race that has access to power, which in the context of Manaspark is mana itself. Mana is power. And as humans don't naturally possess mana, they're pretty much just doomed to be slaves unless someone can turn the tides. So you as the pixelated faceless main character have made it your duty to put together a small camp in the woods to act as a home base and a refuge for any survivors you can find as you dungeon dive into the deep dark wood trying to find a way to defeat the mysterious Overlord. Starting off with only a bow, you'll dive into the woods surrounding your camp trying to beat various minions as you make your way further and further into the game. Every enemy in this roguelike adventure can drop either runes, health items, or gold, which will help you purchase temporary upgrades while dungeon diving and unlock permanent upgrades at your base camp. About every 2 to 3 floors into your dungeoneering roguelike campaign, you'll encounter a rest area with a randomized shop, as well as a gold coin operated roulette system. The item shop will provide actual usable secondary weapons throughout the course of your gameplay, being anything from bear traps, nets, automated turrets, or even healing potions. However, the roulette system that takes 1 gold on your first try and 7 gold on your second try provides you with being able to choose between one of 3 skills or attributes. These skills can increase your damage done, increase your overall health, add poison damage, or even paralyze enemies that hit you. However, the permanent upgrades to your character, which can be unlocked at your base camp, will make use of the runes you've been collecting instead of the gold. However, as this is a roguelike adventure and dying happens all the time, the only way you can actually have those runes collected to benefit your camp is by depositing them in the drop box in the safe room that you encounter every 2 to 3 levels. Initially giving 2 runes to your first travel companion, you could have him scout for more members of your camp. These camp members may come in the form of a blacksmith or a cook that can help build you secondary weapons, or cook meals for you that can increase other attributes or health as you play through your next playthrough. And with such a wide variety of skills, attributes, and secondary weapons, it may take you a while to get the hang of your character, or at least feel like you did until you beat your first boss. Bosses in Manaspark aren't exactly as difficult as they probably are in most other games. And this is because in Manaspark in particular, they don't seem to really act as world-ending level bosses as much as simple gatekeepers. Because even though it'll take multiple tries to figure out their tactics and how to beat them, after successfully vanquishing a boss, you'll have to play through an entire more difficult level just to get to your next rest area. And that's right after beating a boss, the game ramps up the difficulties at the next level, so until you've gotten to where beating that boss is second nature, you can probably kiss all those new runes you collected goodbye. But thankfully Manaspark is, as I said originally, a very short game. There's only the initial boss, the mid-boss, and the final boss, which are all kind of themed after the stages that you find them in. So if you have been training up your fast twitch combat skills with either Enter the Gungeon or Wizard of Legend, Manaspark may be a pretty quick playthrough. However, even if you are a god at twin-stick roguelikes, don't write off Manaspark too quickly. The one thing that it really has going for it as far as varying difficulty goes are the minions that you encounter in each of the rooms. They may be undetailed pixelated sprites, but they're all completely unique and can even work together or interact in really unique ways. And this can range from a tiny slow archer jumping on the back of an otherwise non-aggressive boar, to a wizard shaman character linking his own magical powers to all of the other mobs in the room. So as you dive deeper and deeper into the dungeon, your fast twitch combat mechanics will definitely have to integrate some tactics in order to get through. But thankfully area traps and enemy fire affect the enemies as well. So sometimes if you're just not well enough equipped to beat something's defenses, you can run it through an area of spikes and take it out the easy way. And in all honesty, I'd have to say that that level of ingenuity makes it really feel like the player does have some control. And it's this fact paired with that sense of hopelessness created by the game's music that create this interesting sense of tension that almost make the game as addictive as it is frustrating. Knowing how short and simple yet how highly intricate the game is makes it all more apparent when you almost did X or almost killed this or almost completed that task, but came up just short of vanquishing a boss or just short of a safe room, so that all your progress was lost. But as soon as you feel like you might want to give up and take a break for a little while, the game ropes you back in with an occasional spontaneous revival, granting you a unique secondary weapon as well as a random attribute. And then right after you're ready to give up, you're ready to dive in for round 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 or however many times you've already played the game. So all in all, I'd have to say that Manaspark is a highly addictive, frustrating, yet very satisfying roguelike indie. And matched with its price point, it's really a no-brainer for anyone who's even remotely into these type of games. But anyway, that about wraps up the review of Manaspark on the Switch, so if you enjoyed the review or found it helpful, feel free to throw me a like or a comment to show your support, and don't forget to click that little bell icon when you subscribe to stay updated with the latest content. New and unique indies are coming out literally every day, so there's always going to be something new to find right here. But if you want to know what games I'm going to review before they're actually released, follow us on Twitter, and if you want to support the channel, check out our Patreon page. But anyway, this has been Budget Gamer, so as always, thanks for watching.